Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel, more Newcastle United news. This is actually going to be a double upload today, as I'm going to be at the Hoppings from 1 PM onwards, so I'll be there too. Whatever time I'm happy with my videos, so that could be like 7, 8 to be honest. So it's going to be a long day at the Hoppings, but I'm looking forward to get back there. But anyway though, Mehrdad yesterday actually came out and responded to a Newcastle fan that was quite concerned about the transfer window. So he's broke his silence on what's happened so far in this window, just 1 week into it. As well as that, Hugo Ekitike is actually some big news regarding him today that isn't good for Newcastle, but at least it gives us some clearance on what's actually going on with him. As well as that, though, Keith Downey from Sky Sports announces that Newcastle are after another player that's been confirmed. And yeah, the fixtures also came out yesterday. I forgot about them, the fixtures, so we're going to react to them in the video. But anyway, guys, as always, you're new to the channel, make sure you get down there, hit that subscribe button. We're not too far, 26,000 now. And as well as that, you can get down below, smash that like button. Just make sure you get the notifications on so you don't miss any uploads on the channel. It's going to be a very busy summer. And finally, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. What do you think about the particular news topic we're going to talk about? Here's a topic for you actually. Are you happy with the Newcastle owners so far in this transfer window? Let me know down in the comment section, because obviously, as I said before, Mehrdad actually responded to someone that's been against the owner so far. So listen, are you happy with the owner so far? That's the question. But anyway though, enough about that. Without further ado, let's get into all the news now. Let's begin off by talking about Newcastle United's fixtures, which came out at 9 o'clock yesterday. I didn't make a video on them because, well, I mean, I don't really need to be honest. You can just see the fixtures for yourself. But my opinion on them, I mean, I think it's good that we've got Liverpool and Manchester City in the first month of the season, because it's good to get them out of the way. And as well as that, I think we've got a best chance to catch them on an off day early on this season. I think Manchester City especially take a few games to get going. So yes, I think that's a good thing. I don't know who put Leeds at home on New Year's Eve. I mean, wow, that's going to be interesting. I mean, I don't know who done that. But yeah, Leicester away on Boxing Day, Arsenal on the 2nd of January. I have no idea how good the overnight stay vlogs for them. But yeah, I think it's a good time to get those games as well. I'm just looking forward to the season as a whole. Nottingham Forest, first game of the season. That's going to be a really good atmosphere. So yeah, I got no complaints about the fixtures. I mean, it could have been worse. I think we could have got Manchester City and Liverpool about Christmas time again, which is just... It was just nightmare last season. We got destroyed up both of them. So yeah, no complaints from me there. Pretty good fixtures. But anyway, Newcastle are set to make their third signing now to another youth player. This time it's Charlie MacArthur. I've always said my biggest problem with the youth squad is that we're unable to create new stars. There's nobody really in that team other than Eddie Anderson that has a good chance of getting in the first team. It's just not happening at all. There's no clear progression, which is why Dan Ashworth, I think, is going to be quite important to add those two together. Have a clear progression system, how the players can become better and actually play for the first team. So it's going to be great to see some fresh players in, because I think Newcastle under 23s underperformed last season. I don't think we got to the levels we should have really. So it's going to be good to see some more players in there to help the ones out we got, and hopefully some of them have a chance for the team in the future, because other than Dummett, the Longstaff, Andy Carroll, nobody's even got a sniff of the first team. I mean, Tom Allen, for example, he's signed for Gateshead yesterday. He's a really good sign for Gateshead, but that's another player that had a game for Newcastle, got an assist for Joe Leighton's goal, and then bam, just like that, his future's over. There's nothing left for these players. We need players in that can help us in the future. We have not got those players, and that is a problem. And speaking of problems, it's quite sad to see former Newcastle United player Danny Guffey actually filed for bankruptcy due to his gambling addiction now. I speak on my behalf, yeah, it is quite hard gambling. I think at times, especially your horse accumulators or your football accumulators, you put a couple of bets on, you lose, and all of a sudden you put a couple more on, and bam, you're 30, 40 pound down. It just hits you like that. You don't realise how much you put on until you look back. And I think gambling can be quite tough, especially when you're trying to go after a big win. So yeah, it's really sad to see a football player down like that. I mean, it's horrible for anyone, but especially for, I mean, a former Newcastle United player. It's just sad to see. So I really hope he turns himself around. And anyone else that's struggling with gambling, hopefully you guys go out and seek some help, because it is quite tough. Before we get into the transfer news, I want to quickly address this because I think they're hilarious. If anyone follows Bruno on Twitter, like pretty much every single time he posts a picture of himself, just some guy just every single time always puts down in the comment section like a picture of me in the Bruno picture. It's just like, where's Waddy, but where's Adam P instead of it. I don't know why he does it every single picture, but they're quite well made. And just honestly, I'm just creased every time I see them. So fair play to that guy. They are hilarious. So keep them up. There's your little shout out there. But anyway, guys, if you ever on Bruno's Twitter account, just look in the comment section. You'll see a picture of me somewhere in his picture. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is great. Some transfer news regarding outgoings at Newcastle now. The Chronicle yesterday, Lee Ryder actually said that Freddie Woodman, in principle, has agreed to join Preston. Now, I'm not sure if that's a loan deal or a permanent deal, but I'm quite surprised by that one. I always said out of the two that I would sell Dollar over Woodman, but I guess the club's going to do the opposite way, so I'm going to trust in them. I don't know though. I feel like Woodman has the better projections or the better prospect of going forward as a goalkeeper. Whereas Dollar, I think now he could get more value for him, and I don't think he has a better future. So that's just my personal opinion on it. Obviously, people are entitled to disagree, but it looks like the club will stick with Dollar in the site to sell Woodman. So, I mean, it's interesting, that's for sure. I don't know if I agree with it, but listen, though, I would trust in these owners. I would trust in Eddie Howe. I would trust in Dan Ashworth. If they want to sell Woodman, then you can sell Woodman. And as for goalkeepers incoming, Chief Downey from Sky Sports announced yesterday that Newcastle are actually going to try and get Nick Pope from Burnley, who of course been relegated due to us. So, I mean, Nick Pope, I do think is an upgrade straight away. I think he's a great goalkeeper, obviously former England international. I think he's just going to be a great one against the club. Now, a lot of fans are complaining, said he's a bit like De Bradker in terms of his kicking, that you just can't really kick a ball. But, I mean, it's not the end of the world, we can't kick a ball. I mean, the goalkeeper's job is to stop the ball going to the goal. So, Nick Pope is a good shot stopper, no doubt about it. I'm a big fan of him. I am a big fan of him. I think he's better than Dean Henderson. And obviously, Newcastle were just completely given up on Dean Henderson, so all those reports a couple of weeks ago were just a pile of crap, really. As for Nick Pope, though, I don't know how much he would cost, that's the thing. He will leave Burnley 100% this summer because if he wants any chance of being in the World Cup, he can't play Championship football. But how much will Burnley sell him for? I'm hearing a lot of different reports, but I don't think it'd be as easy as that. I think Burnley will look for big money for Nick Pope, despite being in the Championship. So we'll see how things go for him. But yeah, I do rate him as a goalkeeper, and I would definitely take him. That's just my personal opinion on that. Some bad news regarding Hugo Ekitike now, as the RMC, the biggest news outlet in France, has reported that the player is waiting for a PSG move now, so he's intentionally slowed down on his Newcastle deal so he can wait for another club. I mean, I don't like this at all, I'll be honest. Yes, obviously PSG is a better move than Newcastle. He's French, so he stays in France. You can play with the likes of Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar. Obviously, he's not going to start, but you can play with world-class stars. But the reality is he's agreed a 5-year deal to join Newcastle. It's been agreed in the player's part. Everything surrounding the player has been agreed apart from lower agent fees. So the player himself has said he wants to join Newcastle. So now, if this article is true, it means that he's being dishonest to the football club. It means he's lying to the team. Yes, he's 19, but that doesn't sit well with me. The owners are trying to get him for 2 transfer windows now. Regardless of what fans think, I know fans have been quite mixed on him due to his injury problems, but regardless of what the fans think, the owners have clearly wanted him. So if we are going to miss out on him, it's going to be a huge blow for Newcastle. And the fact that it's came in this sort of way that the players just lied to the club, it doesn't sit well with me personally. I don't like that at all. So it's disappointing. I don't blame the player, to be honest, because obviously it is a better move for him. Maybe he's looking for that PSG move. But why has he agreed a 5-year deal at Newcastle? That's just the wrong move to make if he's trying to do that. So I didn't like that part of it, I'll be honest. But I mean, there's plenty more strikers out there. There's plenty more fish in the sea. So let's go out there. Let's get the deals done now. Let's forget about Hugo Ekitike because this one's dragging on now. I'm getting sick of it. And obviously, if this is true, then I don't like it at all. And finally, we're talking about Mehrdad now because there's been Newcastle fans on Twitter who have been tagging him and obviously been complaining to him about the lack of transfer activity in the first week of the window. Now, unfortunately, we can't see the actual original post because the guy's account is private, but you can see Mehrdad's reply to it. And he replies saying, "Patience is a virtue." Just like that, he calms the storm. Mehrdad, I love him. He's just a don. What do I say? The guy is a don. I love him so much. But, I mean, yes, obviously we've got to be patient. Of course, you have to. I mean, people can do what they want. I'm not going to sit here in this video and tell you what you can and what you can't say to the owners. If you want to tag the owners and complain to them, then you can do. But personally, for me, I cannot in any capacity tag the owners on Twitter and complain about transfer activity. Regardless of what's happened between Bowen and Ekitike, we are trying to get both the players. Nothing's been confirmed yet. We still could sign both of the players, believe it or not. We've already signed Matt Target as well, so we've already signed one player, regardless of the activities going on. The owners are clearly trying to sign players. I mean, if we overpay for players now, every single our club would do the exact same thing with Newcastle and we would be mugs. We would get mugged off from every single club. I do not blame the owners at all for trying to take things slowly and trying to get the correct deals done. Because if we panic and if we overpay for players, then we become a team like Everton. You've seen what happened to Everton last season, a team like Manchester United. You've seen what happened to Manchester United last season, a team like Aston Villa. You've seen what happened to Aston Villa last season. These are teams that go out and overpay for players, and these players don't perform. They come back and the players let them down. Now, not every sign Newcastle's going to make is going to be like a Bruno or like a Trippier. They're not going to come in and do an amazing job. We will make some signs in this window or the next window or whenever that will come in and underperform. We cannot overpay and these players underperform, because it will bite us in the backside and will affect us for years down the line. You've seen everything on the back as with financial fair play. We cannot and we will not overpay for players, because it will come back and it will bite us. Newcastle have got to play this smart, and that's exactly what we're doing. And for me, I can't see how you can complain with these owners. I don't get it at all. And it's disappointing, I would say, to be honest. But listen, you guys can do what you want. As I said before, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what you can and what you can't do. But personally, for me, I don't know how you can complain to these owners. But anyway, though, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Are you disappointed with the owners so far? But yeah, appreciate if you're watching. Thank you. I'll be at the Hopkins later on. So obviously, cheers in advance if I meet anyone. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Yes, I'll see you on the next one.